So it's Friday, and this is technically my second vlog and vlog post this week. Still planning on doing one on Monday, but I wanted to kind of talk about something that's been gnawing at me since last night. That gnaws at me every time it happens and eats away at me, and it's hard to, find someone that really gets it. Again, friends are great. You can talk to them. They, get it. They understand what the struggles that I talk about with them, but they don't get it. And it's of no fault of their own. They can't. They don't, walk a mile in my shoes, so to speak. So what I wanted to talk about today was the use of facial differences in the media. I'm not the first one to talk about this. This isn't the first time that I've talked about this. It won't be the last. And it's something that just keeps happening. It doesn't matter how many people impacted say something. It doesn't matter how many tweets I write. I'm sure it wouldn't matter how many letters I write. I honestly don't know how to change it. If anyone has any suggestions, that would be great. And at this point, you're probably wondering what in the world she's talking about. Other than what I've already said. Like, media. Sorry. Not really as composed. I should probably delete this and redo it. But I probably won't because I'm lazy. So, I was watching a show last night on CBC called Frankie Drake Mysteries. It is a great show. The cast is amazing. The stories, for the most part, are really good, and acting, production, all of that. Like, they just seem to be a really great group of people. So it's really hard for me to poop on them, but I'm going to, in a respectful manner for them anyway. Last night when I was watching the episode that aired probably 2 weeks ago, I'm behind, so I watched that. The episode was called Ghosts, and it surrounded the main character, who's a private detective. So somebody came to her and said they needed help. Her husband was acting oddly. Frankie Drake to the rescue, so to speak. So she goes to figure out what's going on. Of course, she'll take the case. That guy ends up dead. Spoiler alert. He died. Sorry, my dogs are sleeping. So then it becomes more of a murder mystery, what happened. So as the story progresses, it gets, the show is set in the 1920s. So they start kind of going back in the past a little bit to World War One. And we know that from past episodes that Frankie Drake had some role in the war, and it left her with some scars, as war does. And turns out that one of the guys that shows up in the episode, she knows from her time in the war. And anywho, long story short, because I could go on forever, it's a good show. This episode, no. At one point, she's in the woods, and she's figured out kind of that there's this secret hideout where this guy is holed up. And she picks up this mask. So it's a metal plate. This is in the 20s, guys, so, ingenuity. It's a metal plate with clearly a band that goes around the head, and there's half a face painted on it. And it's at that point where I hit pause, and I knew where that episode was going. I didn't need to watch the rest of it. Hell, I just shouldn't have for my mental health, but I did. So, sure enough, the episode reveals that the bad guy suffered some facial trauma, some facial, and I hate using this word, deformity, suffered a facial difference due to the war, due to the negligence on his commander and people. So this guy was killing those responsible for making him look the way he did. Now, for those of you who don't have a facial difference and can turn on the TV and see yourself in any show, whether it be This Is Us, in Big Bang Theory, in my mind's drawing blank on shows, pretty much any show. You can turn on the TV and you're pretty much going to see yourself, unless you're different, unless you're in a wheelchair. And even then, again, not enough, but you see people in wheelchairs have significant and positive roles in some TV shows. You want positive representation of a person of short stature, so a little person, so somebody with dwarfism. There's a show on right now, MacGyver, perfect positive representation, and that actress has played other roles in TV. So there has been positive representation of some differences. However, in 2018, or so far, since day one to 2018, for facial differences, there hasn't been. Not one. I'm not joking. Legit, not one. Yeah. So that's a problem for me, because I have a facial difference, and it's hard for me to really articulate what it means to me when I see somebody being portrayed as a villain with a facial difference, whether it's a scar, whether it's like last night's episode that I watched where half of his face is clearly burned, whether in Wonder Woman where the Dr. Poison has, turned evil because of what happened to her. Hawaii Five-0, I mentioned in the written blog, Hawaii Five-0 did the same thing. It was an episode, a Halloween episode, so, their bad guy needs to look scary because it's Halloween, and that's what happened. She acquired the bad guy, or the villain, was a woman who had acquired a facial difference due to her being kidnapped and tortured, and she was left outside and her face was eaten. It's a whole thing. The common denominator in all of these examples is that they're made up. None of them have a base for reality. So for someone to tell me to, look at their backstory, or, whatever the excuse is, there is no excuse at this point in fucking 2018 at all. These are stories that are made up by people who have never gone through what I've gone through, have never gone outside and been stared at and been laughed at and been made to feel like less of a human being. I'm ugly. There's no getting away from that. Because media doesn't seem, and it's not, I get that I don't need, for all those people who are like, oh, you're strong, you only need yourself, and you only need, to think of yourself that way. I have a great personality. I'm funny, although not today. I'm witty. I'm kind-hearted. I'm generous. It doesn't help the thoughts in my head that tell me I'm ugly, that I shouldn't be loved, that I'm a throwaway character in an episode of my favorite TV shows, that I should be just shunned. It is seriously frustrating, and it hurts to constantly see yourself represented as somebody you're not in media, to not turn on the TV and see yourself as a regular occurring character, as any character other than the bad guy for that week's episode. That just, the show The Flash has done it, Hawaii Five-0, Frankie Drake Mysteries, Arrow. God, the list goes on and on and on. And I honestly don't know what to do anymore. It's exhausting to feel like I'm always complaining, that I'm always bringing this up, or, just not sucking it up and just, whatever. I want kids who will be born with facial differences in the next 5-10 years, and kids growing up now not to keep having to relive all of this, because it's hard enough growing up looking like this and being an adult with this, but I want more for the future. I want all representation for everybody. I want all ethnicities to have positive representation, and all levels of ability and disability and different kinds of love. And I want everyone to feel accepted. I want everyone to be able to have a role model. I want everyone to be able to feel included. I am loved. I know that. My sister loves me. My mom loves me. My friends love me. My crazy dogs love me. They're snoring over here. And I wish I could say that was enough. I wish I could tell you I love myself. But I don't. And I don't know how not. Like I said, I have great qualities. But there's voices, not voices, I don't hear voices, sorry. But there's a reoccurring theme in the thoughts that I have when I see these episodes. When I turn the TV on or read a book or anything like that. And it's that I'm ugly, that I'm not represented, that And I honestly don't know how to overcome that because it's not changing. It is not like we're just entered the second month of 2018, and I'm revisiting this not 2 months ago when I went on a Twitter rant about it for Hawaii 5-0. Just if you're in television, if you're responsible for writing shows and producing shows and that, I would be interested in knowing what your thought process is and why or how can I help you break out of this cycle, because it needs to stop, because it is not fair. And I get life's not fair. I'm the poster child for life isn't fair. I get it. But it just needs to stop. There are other ways to tell stories. And there are other ways that the episode last night from Frankie Drake could have been told. There always is. Instead of being lazy. I'm going to end this because I don't know what else to say, and it's almost 20 minutes, and I didn't mean for this to go this long. So be kind to, sorry, Ellen, I'm going to steal your line there. Be kind to one another. Do a random act of kindness. Do something to make somebody's day a little easier. And just know that I will continue to be an advocate for those who are like me. I am on that bandwagon. I'm fighting that fight. And I won't stop until that representation happens. And at this point, it looks like it won't happen in my lifetime. And that's fine. And I can only do what I can do. I can only control what I can control. And what I can control is the message that I give to other people. And this is it.